In other news, if you just can't make this shit up, and these are the people that are in charge, these are the adults in the room. The leader of Health and Human Services, who stated that this lady has a baby in her placenta, um, is now saying circumcisions is the reason for the autism. Now, so are you trying to say that only little boys get the autism? Cause and the way they be sitting there looking at this man when he be talking, because it just sound like it hurt. Like, I'm tired of hearing Rubber Man over there, because I just can't. Now, he goes on this whole rant of he read this study and all other stuff. Remember, it was the same thing of him saying that he had a study that he read about the worm and the vaccine for the flu. Now, here's the thing. He basically is saying that this study shows that children who have had circumcision appointments have basically been linked to having higher rates of autism. At this point, they just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what stick, and they just trying to, do whatever. Because of course, then Wispy goes back on his campaign of, don't take the Tylenol. He was like, y'all should just tough it out. Says the person who dodged the draft for bone spurs. You want someone who has a human strapped to their chest, their front part, to just tough it out. The fact that this man literally sat here and linked autism to circumcision is wild and crazy ass work. Then he goes on to say that he saw some video on TikTok where there was this professor who was pregnant and she's just gobbling acetaminophen. And basically saying how much she does, her disdain for Wispy and all the things. And he was like, basically like, the disdain for this man must be studied. I guarantee you that was either AI or you didn't see it. They was up there with that worm. Because I promise you, don't nobody think about you like that. To be gobbling acetaminophen. Mm-mm. That I don't, they don't. All while saying she had a baby in her placenta. This is why health class is important. This is why anatomy is important. And this is why men who haven't seen it since it's seen them should not be talking about a woman's body. The baby's in the uterus. That's why we tell y'all to stay the fuck about our uterus. See, the placenta is something that, gives, nutrients and all the things. The baby ain't in that. Okay? That's not where the baby's at. But again, most of y'all don't realize there's more than one hole. So there's that. And it took a couple doctors to come forward and be like, hey, I complete, circumcisions, and we don't use Tylenol on the baby. We use a little, little topical, and they go about their life. So what are we really talking about? And again, you have them talking on vaccines, where Wispy said that the babies is getting vaccines that was more than the glass of, I'm presuming, water on his table. What baby's getting that? I have birthed more than one, more than two babies. And I've gone to every appointment. And I have signed off when it was time for the vaccines. And I may have turned my head because, my mama heart, when it came time for that little needle to actually go. But I know damn well there was never a vaccine that was big as that glass of water. And talking about, well, they split them up. Yes, you can get on a schedule That's called being an adult and having a conversation with your pediatrician. Because many of them would like to do, spacing out. But to fear monger, especially these new parents, to think that these vaccines will be this much at one time is wild and fucking crazy work. Especially when you know damn well you were nowhere near those delivery rooms. You know damn well you were more than likely nowhere near those doctor's appointments. America's not a real place. And if y'all don't stop these mediocre white men from trying to make these decisions about women's bodies in particular, my God, on today.
Like and subscribe to Mom's channel.